Hey y'all, if I look excited for first thing in the morning, it's because I am. It is happening today, y'all. Been waiting on this all spring long, and it's gonna happen. I am gonna catch me some carp today. I've had 3 trips leading up to today, 2 skunk trips and one where I only caught 1 fish. But it's happening today because I made my way through this narrow, shallow creek here, and I've already spooked some fish. I've seen them in here. They are here. So by gosh, we're gonna catch them. And if we don't catch them today, I may just throw in the towel and quit, because as many as I spook coming in here, we ought to be able to catch at least a handful of them. So I'm gonna get some baits cast out, and I'm gonna sit here a few hours this morning, and hopefully we're gonna reel us in some carp today. I know a lot of you don't like the carp, but I do. They're an amazing fight of a fish, and I want to catch some today, y'all. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. Let's finally get this jinx off us, whatever we got going on, and have us a good carp trip today. Well, let's get us some pack bait on here. This pack bait I've got is a few days old, because it's what I had left over from the last carp trip. And as you can see, I got plenty left because I sure wasn't using much that day with the lack of action that I had. But nevertheless, we're gonna put it on this method feeder. This is panko breadcrumbs, strawberry jello, and this is cream style corn, all mixed together. We're gonna pack that up into a kind of a tight ball on there. And once it hits the water, it'll start to disperse, leave like a little chum pile down there. The carp come along to eat the crumbs and the sweet corn. And then on a hook here, that's a number 6 size hook, I've got a hair rig with a couple pieces of fake corn. So the carp come along, they eat that stuff, and they get the fake corn in the process. So I'm gonna cast, I've got 3 rods with me today. I'm gonna cast one kind of over here toward them trees. That's the deeper part of this creek. It's kind of a few feet deep over there. So we'll put one kind of in the deeper part of the creek, and then we'll fan cast the other 2 over here. We'll put one kind of shallow and one kind of over there, and see what we can get today. This creek, it's a pretty narrow, shallow creek anyway, but right now our water level is still down. They're raising our water level up to normal pool here on the Tennessee River, but right now it's still a few feet down. So like all this area here that's just grass right now, 2 or 3 more weeks, the water line will go to the trees over there, and all this will be submerged. But right now, this shallow, narrow creek is even shallower and narrower. And I honestly had a hard time getting back in here with my kayak with the motor here. I was stirring up the bottom the whole way. So I saw these carp. I'd be hitting the motor, the prop there on the bottom, and I'd see them carp spook. You know, you'd see them skimming across the surface. So I know they're in here. So that's a good sign that there's actually life in here. So now we just got to catch them. Here's a better look at my rig without the stuff on it. That's a wire coil method feeder. Those are available on Amazon. I got a link down in the video description. They're very cheap. And this one here, I've got a couple pieces of hot pink colored fake corn. But the rigs that I'm using today, they're all the same. The only difference is the color of the corn on the hair rig. I think my other one there has got yellow corn too. So we'll have 2 with yellow corn and 1 with the hot pink. I'm gonna get this one cast out, and then we'll do the other one, and then we'll just put in a few hours this morning and see what we can get here. I think I'm gonna send this one. Looks like there's another smaller creek or opening back in there that comes in. I'll put one kind of over in that area, and then we'll throw the other one up here kind of shallow over here, and we'll be set, y'all. Oh buddy, here we go already. Here we go already. Let me slosh through the water here. We're hooked up already, y'all. That did not take long at all. I think this creek here is just so narrow right now. The little bit of flow that's going through, it's putting off that scent, so they're going to easily find the bait. And if they're willing to eat this morning, oh, this is awesome, y'all. You know, I love me some carp, but I am a terrible carp fisherman. I'm awful at it. I keep thinking I'm gonna get better, and every time I'll have a few trips in a row, I'll think I'm getting things dialed in, and then I'll go out and I'll completely skunk or something. I realize I don't know anything. It's been like that to start this year. I just couldn't. My first 2 trips, I mean, not a sniff at the bait. My last one, I was down on Chickamauga. I had actually seen some fish down there thrashing around on the grassy banks like they were spawning, and I thought, I'm gonna go back the next day and just tear them up because they're there. And I sat out there a few hours and caught one. And I thought, man, I'm awful at this, but today's the day, by gosh. Today's the day. I can feel it down in my bones, man. We're gonna have a good day today. Come here, Carp. We got us looks like a common here to start today. Let me get over here and find my net. I brought all of my gear with me today. Like my kayak, I set up. I have these power poles and stuff that I got specifically for carp fishing with the kayak. But the water, thankfully, is still down enough where I can access a bank spot here and didn't need them. But I brought everything today just in case. I come prepared today, Carp. Come over here. Oh, I want to reel down a little more. Y'all need to come through that screen, teleport through, help a man. There was another one over there. I bet they're eating some of the crumbs off the surface. Come here, Carp. I need a net man, y'all. Where you at? Y'all supposed to be my fishing partner here on these videos. Can't get you to lift a finger to help me here, netting a fish. Come over here, Carp. Oh, that's a good one too, buddy. That's a good one right there. Oh man, y'all, that's awesome. Let me take him up here on the grass to get him unhooked. Boy, look at that, man. That's a good fish. Making up for lost time here, ain't we, Carp? All right, y'all, I've kind of jimmy rigged one thing. I brought everything today except a daggone tripod. Everything except what we need to film a video, right? How about that though, man? That's awesome. This is exciting, y'all. And I saw another one splash over there too, so we're gonna cast some more baits out. I got a feeling we're gonna have a good day, y'all. Let's let this one go and go get after him. All right, Mr. Carp, we'll see ya. Go on now. You tell these people bye on the way out too. He ain't telling y'all a daggone thing, man. That fish is rude. That fish is real rude, but I'm happy to have him, buddy. He was a good time. I'm gonna throw over there and catch his friends too. Like I said, I can't count on yous to net a fish for me. Yous could have already had this daggone rod baited and already cast back out, but you don't. It's okay though. We on them, man, today. I can feel it. I saw so many fish coming in this creek. I was like, boy, if I don't catch them today, I may just have to quit. I may go home early today if these fish make me look bad. Daphne the dog is waiting on me today. She got her a new electric bike. Those of you that stick around to the end of the video, y'all gonna see Daphne the dog race the electric bike when I get home. We're gonna do a lap around the yard and put it to the test, by gosh. Look at that, did you see that over there, that splash over there? There's another one over there, man. Let's get this over there. I'll throw that right over there where that splashed. Let out some line. I'm gonna loosen my drag again when they make that initial run. Could I get a fist pump for the first carp of the day? Just a few minutes into the trip, man. Daphne the dog, we're gonna race this afternoon. By gosh, she may have to wait a little longer if we out here tearing up these carp. I think we're about to get another one right here. This rod's getting messed with. Something's there feeding around that feeder. Oh, there goes my line there. There it goes. There it goes. We're off. We're off to the races. Well, he's coming right at me now. I can see him on there over the surface. Looks like a shark skimming across the water. Man. Y'all, these kind of runs in shallow water, that's what carp fishing's all about to me, man. That's fun. These shallow water creeks like this, I mean, it's just fun. You can come back here, you can get some peace and quiet, have a place to yourself. I'm filming this on a weekend. There's probably 5 million bass boats out there on the main river. But up here in this creek, I promise you, the area, this narrow part right through here, you ain't getting no bass boat through there. They won't fit. They won't fit between the ground and that dock over there. So ain't nobody getting up here to us. We're gonna have this place to ourselves today. He's going over there. Tell him not to get out of the line, would you? Okay, you got him coming back this way now. We ain't getting no tangles today, fish. I got a nice wide spread here between these 3 rods. I thought about just bringing 2 since this creek is so narrow, but having had 2 skunk trips and 1 trip with 1 fish, I wanted to make sure I had as much bait in the water as possible. Boy, he still ain't done, man. These carp just don't quit. I wonder that dust plume right there, I wonder if that was him or if he spooked another one when he swam over there. This one here is on the hot pink corn. Let's go around this rod. We'll land him over here. And we'll land him whenever he's good and ready. That's what he said. Oh, carp. Oh, goodness gracious. I had him netted and there he went. I can't use a net if my life depended on it, y'all. That's why you don't see me using a net in my catfish videos. You need them on these dang carp because their mouths are such you ain't got a way to get a good grip on them. But this one here is bigger than the last one, man. Look at that thing, y'all. That is a fat sow right there. And I ain't fat shaming you either, fish. It's just a fact. That's a compliment. I'm trying to get the camera here for this one, and I got the other rod over here going off. Check that out, man. That's a nice one over here, but his friend don't give a crap. He's interrupting his camera time. Let me let this one go here. Get out of here, fish. I gotta get the other one. Y'all, this is some good action right here, man. I saw another one splashing over there by our other one. Oh man, you hear that? Look at that. This one's going down too. This one's going down too. I'm doubled. I got 2 lines in and I'm doubled on both. Come on, carp. Go that way, buddy. I'm trying to send you home. I ain't got no more camera time for you, buddy. Get on out of here. You had your moment of fame. That's all you getting today. We're on them here, y'all. We're on them, man. This creek, I mean, it's so narrow. Anywhere you cast a bait, they're gonna be able to find it, and they're clearly here. I imagine that some of these fish will be up spawning in this grass as soon as the water comes up a little more. This is awesome, y'all. Let's get this one over here. We'll get him going and then we'll start reeling in our other. I'm keeping an eye on him over there. I don't want him getting over there in them trees, but so far I think we're good. Y'all, I may have to go down to 2 rods or something. Look at this. Oh Lord, don't get me all soaking wet now, fish. Don't get me all wet now. Come over here. My net's still way back yonder. I'm just gonna pull him up here. I'm gonna pull him up here in the mud. We'll do him like this since y'all won't net a fish for me. This one's a lot smaller here. No, oh Lord, don't be flopping mud everywhere. He just unhooked himself. Thanks, fish. Fish, I get more work out of you than I do these people that's supposed to be fishing with me. This fish has unhooked more fish than what I've got y'all to do for me on this video. Oh, get on out here then. I was trying to do a gentle release there, Carp. Let's watch you swim off. That's a carp that's ready to go right there, man. Okay, let's get over here and grab our other one. If he's still on. Where's he at? There he is. There he is. He ought to be about wore out. He's been tugging on this line over there while we've been fooling with the other two. Man, y'all, that's what I'm talking about. I can't tell you how frustrating it is. Y'all, some of you know, you go out there and you set on a spot a few hours and you can't buy a fish. Especially when I went down there to Chickamauga and I had seen them fish the day before up on the grass and stuff, acting like they were spawning. And then I go back the next day and I don't see those fish anymore. And I only end up getting one bite. I was like, man, I suck at this. Breaks a boy's confidence, but boy, a day like today when you got 3 rods out and all of them got fish on at the same time, that'll boost your confidence real quick. Come over here, Carp. Let's get you landed. I gotta get more baits out. I ain't even got this landed. I'm already ready to catch the next one. I'm just gonna do like we did the last one. I'm just gonna slowly back up and bring him up on the bank. That's the way to do it, I reckon, since I can't get y'all to net a fish for me. We got rods strung out everywhere over here, y'all. Yeah, Fish, you ain't getting no front camera time either. He's mad about it. He's mad about not getting no front camera time. Okay. Go on, my friend. Someday you'll get big enough. If you survive the bow fisherman, you'll get big enough to get you some front camera time. That's a big if, though. Them bow fishermen, they'll be out here for long just putting arrows in them. Hey, y'all. Buddy, that's a good time. That right there, that's what makes carp fishing fun, buddy. We on them today. Let's get some more lines out here. I'm gonna do the same setup for now. I'm gonna throw out 3 rods, but if they keep biting like this, we may have to cut back to 1 or 2 rods just to stay on top of things. That middle rod just wavered, but this one over here is why I turned on the camera. I saw a fish come up over there that's twice now by that rod. But I saw that middle one there too kind of go dun, dun. We've got some fish around. There's some more here that's around my baits. It's just a matter of which one's going to go down first. But I'm seeing them come up like that one there. I think when the pack bait hits the surface, some of them breadcrumbs probably fall off there at the surface and they're up, you know, up on top of the water, and them carp will sense it and smell it and come up and eat them there off the surface. Oh, there it is. There he is. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it. He was over there by it. Let's get our drag tightened down before he gets in them trees over there. Oh, he just come off. I tightened down too much and he pulled the hook. That's an amateur mistake right there, folks. Amateur mistake. You can't tighten down that hard. Okay, I'm gonna get another chance here. Let me get that rod on. Let's see if I can redeem myself on this one. Amateur mistake there. Amateur hour up in here. You tighten your drag down too much on those initial surge, that initial run, and them carp will pull the hook right out their mouth, because their mouths are really fleshy, they're real soft, and these hooks we're using are small. They're a thin wire hook, so it don't take much for them carp to just rip the hook plumb out their jaw. And so you got to tighten down your drag, try to get control of them, but you can't tighten too much or else that happens. And I overdone it because, well, I ain't very good at this, folks. Although it looks like I am today with the number we're getting in here. Right place, right time. They get in these creeks real thick here in the early spring to probably make their spawning run up here is what I'm guessing. It's probably why there's so many this time of year. Because I mean, usually the past couple years that I've been doing this, it seems like it's late April, early May. You'll see them beating the banks here. Now I already seen that happening down there in Chickamauga, but we're here in the time frame, and the water, normally by now our water level's up at normal pool by now, but they're slow this year because TVA continues to play God with the water level. But it won't be much longer, and this fish right here will be trying to make some babies, pass on his genes to the next generation. Is that right, fish? He's excited about it too. Got him unhooked. Now let's see if we can get him released without getting him flopping mud all over us. There you go, fish. I'm just going to give you the long arm here. I ain't giving you no front camera time. I forgot my tripod today, fish. Will you forgive me? I'm having to jimmy rig stuff together here. He don't care. He says I'm supposed to be a video professional, and I show up without an essential piece of bank fishing gear. Well, let's do this, y'all. Let's get us another round of pack bait. Now, situation like this, where we've got fish here and we've got them feeding, when I reload my pack bait, I'm not putting as much on there now. This kind of helps you conserve bait by just not putting as much on, because you don't have to. They're already going to the original chum pile anyway that's still there, and they're clearly in this area, which is it's a small area here, and there's just a little bit of flow in this creek. So when you cast the bait out and them crumbs hit the water and that current moves the scent, like it's scented, they're going to lock in on it quick. So you don't need a lot of pack bait at this point, and that'll help me conserve the bait I got, which is again the scraps that I have left over from a few days ago. So I didn't mix up no more because hell, I didn't want to waste it. Let's get over here now and get this one cast back out. I'm gonna put, did you see that right there? That one just jumped up by that tree right there. I saw him come out of the water. My eyes was looking that direction when it happened. Let's get this back out here real quick. I'm gonna throw it right there where we saw him, and we're gonna catch some more, y'all. I think it's gonna be this one's turn again. Hold on, I gotta get through the water here, fish. Yeah, I've got an area here where I've been sloshing around here in this mud. Y'all remember in the 90s there was that wrestler, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he'd tell other wrestlers he's gonna stomp a mud hole and walk it dry. Well, I've stomped a mud hole here, and it's slick as all get out. So when I go running for these rods, I'm slipping and sliding every which way. If I end up flat on my back in this water today, I don't care how good a day we've had fishing, I'll end up having a bad day. You go home covered in mud, you've had a day, buddy. It's one thing to have a fish cover you in mud, but to do it to your dang self trying to run for a rod, I ain't about that today. This fish here, he wants to get in both of other lines. So far he's under them. I feel like I don't want to pat myself on the back too much, but I feel like I've done a pretty good job here separating these lines. Here goes this one now. We're doubled. Y'all, I'm about to put one of these rods up. We're getting so much action here, I ain't gonna be able to keep up. I don't know if that one's, he hit it. I don't know if he's still on or not. I can't fool with him right now. Yeah, he's still on there. We got one in the hand here we got to work on first. This is a good time here, y'all. Man, these fish, I'm telling you, they fight. Oh, he's gonna go over them trees. I can't do nothing about it right now. Here, I'll tell you what, let's do. I don't want him getting in them trees. Let's sit that in there too. Be careful walking through this mud, y'all. I want y'all busting your tail either. Okay, good. We're in a good situation. He didn't go running through them trees. But these fish, man, they fight. Pound for pound, they are one of, if not the hardest fighting fish we have here. And this gear I use, I switched over to these rods a couple years back now. These are the Catfish Sumo original chopstick rods. They're a lighter action catfish rod. And they are perfect for these carp because they've got this, the tip on them's real soft. So you can lob that pack bait out. When I kind of got into carp fishing, I was using my bass rod. And sometimes you go to cast and you cast too hard, you would fling your pack bait off because the tips are real stiff. But these Catfish Sumo rods, the tips are soft, so you can kind of lob it out there and you don't fling your pack bait off. I still do it sometimes if I get a little overzealous, but it's a big help with it. Gonna have that back, Carp. I want to take that hook back from you. But these hair rigs, come on, Carp, calm it down. Carp. These hair rigs right here, they suck up that corn and then they suck the hook in. When they get it, he's gonna get me all muddy, man. Listen, Carp, don't be doing that. Now you're being ridiculous, Carp. You're being ridiculous right now. I'm trying to help you, Carp. I'm gonna get him an extra Instagram follower and he don't care. This Carp says he don't even get on Instagram anymore. He don't care about getting another extra follower. I was trying to help you do something good for your social media there, fish, and he don't care. Okay, let's go over here and get our other one now. Yeah, I'm gonna go down to 2 rods, y'all. There are so many fish in here right now. Managing 3 is just, it's a little much. What a good problem to have, right? Especially when I done been skunked twice. But you know, I'm still, now, I don't want to make excuses for myself, but I'm still not, you know, I fully admit I'm not very good at this. And so I'm still learning places where there are carp and where there aren't carp, and what times of year some places have them better than others. Quick release on you, Carp. I ain't even trying to hold you up. You know, so I'm going through that learning process where I'm just going to have trips where I get skunked because maybe I'm just the wrong place at the wrong time and I don't know any better. So that's me making excuses for myself, y'all. Let's put us just a little more on there. I said there before, it don't take much at this point to draw them in because they're already drawn in. It's already here. Of course, we got our line wrapped around the rod tip there when I'm trying to talk. Yeah, I'm gonna just send this one over there. We'll throw out, that middle one's been hit the least. I'll reel it in. And then we'll throw out the other one over there by them trees where we keep getting bit, and we'll go 2 rods. Unless we stop getting, you know what? Oh boy, I was snagged on something. I thought for sure I had a fish on when I picked up on it. I was in a snag over there. I thought, wouldn't that be something? But yeah, I'm gonna, this middle rod ain't getting hit as much, and I don't know why. I mean, there's clearly fish here. There was another one jumping right there. Is it because of the pink corn? Is it just, you know, I don't know. The other 2 have yellow corn and they're getting hit more, so let's just throw those out. The yellow, I mean, that makes sense, right? Because the yellow corn, the fake corn on these hooks matches the yellow corn that's in the pack bait mix. Although the hot pink corn matches the pink color breadcrumbs. Boy, I'm about to slip and slide in this dang thing, y'all. I'm gonna bust my tail out here today if I ain't careful. So I don't know, you know, you can overanalyze stuff. Some of them carp guys think that color makes a difference. I don't know if it does or it don't. I know this mixture here has caught me a lot of carp, and I found this on the Catfish and Carp YouTube channel. It was his recipe. I just tried it, started using it, started having success with it, and stuck with it because it works. Now I have tried some other, there's another fish splashing right there as that bait hits the water. I have tried some other types of baits and had success as well. I've had I've put on cherry tomatoes, I've put on lima beans, that kind of stuff, and I've had success. But what I'm using here, the pack bait, panko, strawberry jello, and I'm pretty sure I put cream style corn in that mesh, but I've used regular sweet corn and cream style corn, both work. And then the fake corn on the hair rig, and man, it's an effective setup, y'all. It works. It catches fish. You know, if they're there and feeding, it catches them. And granted, again, I've had some skunk trips lately. Was it because of the bait? Because I was just in the wrong place, there wasn't any fish? You know, who knows? I'm not good enough to know, but I'm feeling like I'm pretty good at it today out here, reeling as many of them in as we are. This one's already getting hit. I just got it cast back out a couple minutes ago. Something hit it. Did you see that one right there jump up? Man, they are all over in here. There was another one over there. Man, they are all over this area. I guarantee they're coming up and eating the surface there, the crumbs off the surface as they float along. If I had something with me today right now, there was another one. I've seen some carp fishermen online take like a little bread ball and throw it out like a piece of bread on the surface and get them to come up and eat it. If I had something like that right now, I bet we could get one to eat topwater. We're supposed to have a cicada, the locust hatch. It's coming up here soon. And a few years ago, we had every year it seems like there's some kind of 7-year brood every daggone year. But a few years ago, right there he is. There he is. I knew if I kept talking long enough, he'd hit on camera right there. But anyway, a few years ago, we had that other cicada hatch that was real big. And I don't know how you say it, circada or succada. You know what I'm talking about though, them bugs that come out of the trees every few years. Anyhow, the last big one that we had when they were all over everything, I was able to take bass lures, and I got videos on this channel of me doing it, where I took bass lures and went out there and got them fish to come up and eat them on the surface. And that was a dang good time. Man, that was a lot of fun. So I'm gonna be doing that again here soon too, if I can get on that kind of bite. This fish is just, he has come right at me, man. This is another smaller one here. Them first couple we got were big. Now they're getting progressively smaller here. I'm gonna need y'all to up the quality a little bit. I'm getting spoiled now. I come out here today hoping to just catch whatever. And now I've gotten spoiled here, and now I want good quality. Oh, this fish has done got himself all muddy. His mama's gonna be so mad at me when she sees him getting his Sunday best dirty like that. There he goes. All right, and I'm having a good time, y'all. I don't know if y'all having a good time. Well, if you stuck with me this far in the video, you clearly at least got some interest I thought I had mud all over my shoulder here, y'all. I saw myself on the screen on the camera. It's mud on the lens. I thought I had it all right here. But I assume if you've stuck around this far into this video, you probably at least got a little interest in some carp yourself. And I hope if you ain't never tried it, this is the year. You know, you don't need special gear. You can use whatever fishing poles you got, your catfish poles, your bass rods, they'll work. You don't have to use these fancy method feeders here. Although these are cheap, they're, I can't remember. It's been a couple years since I bought any, but like 15 bucks for 15 of them or something like that. That's what they used to be. About $1 a piece. And some small hooks, man. And you don't even have to do that. I mean, like, I've caught carp with just putting kernels of corn on a hook. And, you know, rolling up to an area. Like you get an area here, for instance, where there's carp here, you're seeing them in the creeks and stuff. You see them. Take you a couple cans of sweet corn, which, you know, you can get at the grocery store for between 50 cents and $1. Take you a couple cans of that corn and throw out in an area and chum the area, kind of like you're doing with the breadcrumbs there on the method feeder. You're creating a little chum pile around your bait, right? Well, you can do the same thing. Take your handfuls of sweet corn, throw it out, and then put you some sweet corn on a small hook. Just thread the kernels on the hook, throw them out, and when the carp come along eating the corn that you've chummed, they'll get your corn that's on the hook too. I've done it that way, and you know, you can get into this very cheap. You don't have to do all the specialized method feeders and hair rigs and all that. I mean, it helps, but you don't have to do that to get started. You can do it on a budget to get going with. And then over the course of time, you try it out, you like it, well, then maybe you want to try out the feeders and the hair rigs and get you some rods that are more suited for carp fishing, and maybe get you a net that you bring with you that you never use, or put you some overpriced power poles on the kayak, so when the water's up and you got nowhere to pull up on the bank, you can anchor yourself down. You know, you might go full-fledged into it like I have before it's said and done, but you try it out, man. It's a good time. They're a readily available fish. Most places in the United States, most states, to my knowledge, have them. And nobody here in America, man, nobody fishes for them. They're an untapped resource. So the fish we're catching here, probably never seen a hook before. They probably never felt a hook before. Gosh mighty, this rod again. The one over there by the trees is the one I would have thought. That's where I keep seeing fish come up at. But this in here, this one keeps going down. I'll reel them in on whatever one they want. I'll tighten down a little more on him because I think he's over there in them. I see a stick sticking up over there. Got him out of it. He come out of it, thankfully. There's another splash. They're all over this area here where that rod's cast out. But they just keep coming up and hitting the surface there. Now, I'll tell you something else too. A lot of guys with fly fishing gear fly fish for these things with flies. And I bet you that during the locust hatch, cicada hatch, whatever, I bet you that would be prime time to do that kind of thing. When them fish are used to coming up and eating bugs on the surface there. That, and also too, every year we got these mayflies. And they're a bug with these long wings and long legs. And they call them mayflies. And I don't really know how they got their name, because usually here they don't come out till June or July. But nevertheless, they're called a mayfly. And I bet you when the mayflies start dying off and they start hitting the surface of the water, I bet you the carp are eating them too. And that'd be a good time to do some of that fly fishing stuff. Come up here, carp. We're gonna get you up here. We're gonna do you like the others. You know what I may do? This may be easier on me right here. You get one like this, it ain't really. Them first two fish set the front camera worthy bar status so high. The fish like this probably ain't gonna make the cut for front camera, so instead of pulling him up on the shore, we may just get him going right here in the water. I'll take my pliers, pop this hook free. Come here, Carp. You were fun even if you aren't very big. There you go. Well, that's so much easier than bringing them up on the bank and trying to get hold of them, slippery as they are. Yeah, y'all, I can't believe that rod over there. As many fish has been breaching the surface over there. I can't believe it ain't been hit yet. But this one right here, keeping us in business. I'm getting lower and lower on bait here. I may have to even put even less on here. Just to make sure that we've got enough to last us a little while this morning. I may be going home to Daphne to race that bike even earlier if we run out of bait. I could have brought more today. I just didn't think I would necessarily need it no better than I've done lately, but that's what I get for thinking. All right, same general area. That chum pile just keeps getting bigger and bigger over there. At least what's not getting eaten anyway. I about slipped right in. Y'all didn't see it. I about slipped in this mud, man. I've tore this water up. I've stone cold Steve Austin it here. I've walked the mud hole and I'm just trying to stomp it dry getting to these rods. Rod on the left has got a little bit of just, I'm gonna get over here a little closer to it so I don't have to run to it. Something's near it. Something is working on that chum pile over there. And they've hit that line a couple times. It's gonna go down. I just rebaited the other one over there. I think he may actually have it. He may have it and don't know he's hooked yet. You wanna just crank down on this rod here for me, would you? We better tighten up our dang reel handle. We're about to lose it. Now, let's tighten down on this thing. There he is. He had it and didn't know it. He had the hook and didn't even know he was hooked. He was sitting there just munching on that stuff and didn't have a clue. I lost our dang reel handle on there though. These are Daiwa BG 4000 reels. I got 30-pound braid on here, and my braid goes right down to my method feeders, and I got them hair rigs I got are pre-tied. I bought them already pre-tied and everything. So pretty minimal setup. You get right down to it. These chopstick rods, you know, I switched them a couple years ago, really like them. I upgraded my reels from my old bass reels. These are a little bit bigger size, but they hold more line, so I can make longer casts and let these fish run if need be and have plenty of line capacity. And so I finally feel like I got everything kind of dialed in on my setup how I like. Now it's just kind of a matter of figuring out where the carp are and when to be able to put this stuff to use. And this one he's wanting to head out of that creek. I think he just got in my line over there. I just rebaited that line a couple minutes ago. Okay, maybe he come out of it. I keep seeing carp splashing down here, but there's a dock that comes out and it's super tight right there to get in and out. And I thought if I hooked a fish there, that would be perfect because they got to swim through that little area. It's like a little choke point. But if you hook one over there and they run to the right, they're either getting in that tree or the dock. So I was trying to kind of get them in here where they had room to run. And I keep seeing fish all over through there by that dock and stuff. But this one here's a little, we finally got a little better quality one here again, folks. Yeah, I may hold this one. If he'll let me, I may hold this one up for a front camera pose. Hang on, fish. Let me get my net. These people here ain't gonna get it for me. I doubt there's anybody still left watching at this point in the video, but they sure ain't gonna hand me no net. Yeah, this is a good one right here, man. Come in there, fish. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Well, that's a real good one. This one may be the biggest one of the morning right here, y'all. I'm gonna set the front camera up on this one. All right, y'all. I've Jimmy rigged another mount there, but by gosh, look at that, man. That's a nice carp. This is awesome, man. This is what I wanted. I needed this day, man. I tell you, my confidence was broken on the carp fishing. 2 skunk trips and a day with 1 fish. I was about ready to call it quits on it, man. I'm like, I suck at this. But today makes me feel good about it again. Thanks, Carp. Thanks for what you do, by gosh. All right, let's let this one go. I'm gonna throw a bait out there, and hopefully there's some more of this size and bigger in this creek. All right, Carp, I got the camera now. You can go. Get on out of here, because we got this one going down. Let me get the camera in the chest here. This one's finally been hit again. You get on out here. You and your friends, you taking too long to get off camera now. You got your cameo. Now it's this one's turn. You're cutting into his time. These carp gonna be down there. They're gonna be arguing with each other on social media about who got more camera time on this video. You know how them carp are. They'll sit down there and bicker with each other all day long on social media. I think these carp are on MySpace. They ain't got no Facebook or Instagram yet. But they'll gripe and complain with each other because one of them got something that the other one didn't. That's another one here. It feels pretty good, but they all feel good is the thing. Every single one of them feels like it's a freight train when you're trying to pull against them. I should have brought my dang tripod. I got my normal kayak mount, but it's set up for sitting in that seat. I need my tripod. Let's bring this over. This one here ain't as big as his friend, who is still just sitting here hanging out. I'm gonna let you both go together. Maybe he's just waiting on this one. They're gonna hold hands as they swim off to the sunset or something. I'm gonna let this one go in the water here, if I can. Nope, there we go. He released himself. This one here, buddy. You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. Get on out, there he goes. He's just taking his sweet time, man. He's like, I own this creek. If I wanna sit here in front of your kayak, by gosh, I'm gonna do it, and he did. All right, man. Y'all, again, man, fist pump worthy right there, buddy. That was a nice carp. The other one there, I mean, you know, smaller in size, but that's the thing about carp fishing. I don't know how you catch a small one. I get small ones, like if I'm throwing a cast net for shad, I'll occasionally get a small carp in there. But when you're rod and reel fishing, every single one of them's at least 3, 4, 5 pounds on the minimum. Like, I don't know how you hook a small carp. I don't know how you do it. But even them small ones, them 3 to 5 pound range, do a good time. And there was another one splashing right over there. I'll tell you what, y'all, I'm gonna get some more lines out, but I don't know how many I've caught here already, and I don't even know what time it is. I'm probably within the first hour and a half, 2 hours of getting on the water here. I feel like I've been filming dang near continuously the whole time because there's been so many fish. I think what I may do, this is rare I get to do this anymore, I think I may wrap up the filming portion of this day a little early, just call it a video. Stay tuned though, it ain't over yet, because when I get home this afternoon, I gotta race Daphne. She got that new electric bike, so every day, this dog, she's such a high energy dog. We have to run her around the yard, and these electric bikes are the perfect thing to run out of energy with, because she'll literally race me around the yard. And so stay tuned. So we got that new bike, we're gonna put it to the test here. But I think I'm just gonna turn the camera off, have a little me fishing time here for the rest of the morning. I'm gonna burn through the rest of my pack bait here, which I probably got enough for another, I don't know, 15 fish in there maybe, if they keep biting like this, and I'm inclined to believe I'm gonna keep getting them here all morning long. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap up the filming portion of the day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming along with me on this carp fishing journey, really, the last couple years as I'm trying to get better at this. Today I feel like I actually know what I'm doing, but it's probably just blind luck that I'm here in the right place at the right time. But anyway, y'all, it's been fun. I'm gonna have me some more fun off camera, and y'all stay tuned. Daphne coming up next. Well, y'all, we're running out of daylight here, but we got enough left for me and this dog Daphne right here, aka the baby cheetah. She's got her a new toy to play with, a new electric bike, and me and her, we're gonna race. You gonna let me win one time, dog? Please? She says not a chance, folks. The baby cheetah, she don't throw a race. But here's her new bike, y'all. This is the RAEV Bullet X. And it's a pretty sharp looking bike, man. It's got a 750 watt motor on the rear wheel. Battery compartment is up here on the frame. Look at this seat though. This seat, folks. I like this seat. I've mentioned before, I'm a kind of a casual bike rider, if you will. And them normal bicycle seats hurt me in the taint area. Yeah, it gets a little tender when you going down my yard here, which is bumpy as all get out at 20 plus miles an hour. Gets a little tender in the taint. But you get a seat like this, man, that's some thick cushion on that thing. I like that seat. I already know, I ain't even got on this bike yet, but I know that seat is the real deal. We're gonna put it to the test in a minute though, but these wheels on this thing, it's got the 20-inch fat tires. That helps make for a comfortable ride too. Look at this headlight. If we don't get to this race soon, we're gonna have to turn that headlight on, man, but that's a huge headlight. Now this bike here, power's on. It's got a on-off switch here on the bottom of the display. But on your display, got all the normal stuff. Battery life indicator, speedometer, pedal assist. This bike goes up to 3 speeds on the pedal assist, and then your odometer there. And you can see, man, that's brand new, 0 miles. We just got this thing put together. And speaking of put together, some of these, you know, my regular viewers, you've seen me try out a lot of bikes on this channel. Some of them easier to put together than others. This one here, of all the bikes I've had on my channel, the Bullet X is easily the easiest one to assemble. It come almost entirely together. I had to put the handlebars on, the front wheel on, and the pedals here, the foot pedals. That was it. Everything else was assembled on this thing. So it took me like 5 minutes, so it was awesome. But anyway, me and Daphne the dog, we're gonna take this thing over here. Me and her, we're gonna have a race. We're gonna start here at the power lines, and we're gonna go all the way around the property here, around my house and back to the power lines. And we're gonna put this thing, that's what I do with these bikes, man. We put them against the baby cheetah and we see who's faster. So far, Daphne the dog, undefeated. And she's well rested today too. So we better get some speed out this thing. But come on, let's do it before we run out of daylight, y'all. All right, folks, are you ready? Are you ready? She says she was born ready. Here we go. Let's ride. Off to the races. She's off to an early lead. Come on, dog, let's do it. Down the hill we go. 22 miles an hour, 23 miles an hour. Boy, she's running away with it here, folks. She's got some energy tonight. She's been resting up all day for this moment. She's wanting to stick it to me tonight. She's wanting to embarrass me on this video. That's how that dog is, man. I'm burning some stuff in the fire pit, y'all. We got a smoke hazard. Oh man, she's blowing us away here, y'all. I'm going 21 miles an hour. 21 miles an hour, and this dog blew us away. She's energetic today, folks. Couldn't you let me win one time? I couldn't pay you to let me win. Well, y'all, she done it again. Baby cheetah, aka Daphne the dog, YouTube's favorite pup, undefeated. Still, man. None of these electric bikes can win a race against her, but this is a Pretty fun bike to ride, y'all. I'm telling you, that seat going down the hill, I know the camera's probably shaking and all just because of the bumpy terrain, but from a comfort standpoint, that seat, man, the bumps, you ain't feeling. I ain't gonna be walking around bow-legged after riding this bike. But check it out, y'all. I'll put the link down in the video description there. RAEV Bullet X here. Shout out to them for sending me and Daphne this bike. We certainly appreciate it. But check it out, y'all. The RAEV Bullet X. It is a good looking bike. Fast enough for me, but not fast enough for the baby cheetah. We'll try again next time though. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.